Take the Champions League semi-final first leg against Arsenal in the 2024-25 season. Arsenal came in organized, physical, with a press scheme specifically built to cut off PSG's midfield supply. They knew if they could isolate Vitinha, PSG would stall. It didn't work. He received 94 times. He lost possession twice. He escaped Arsenal's press on 11 separate occasions in the first half alone, always finding the outlet, always keeping PSG breathing. He was named man of the match, but the statistic that mattered most wasn't on any official graphic. It was this. In the 22 minutes where Arsenal pressed highest, PSG completed 87% of their passes. That number does not exist without Vitinha at the center of it. Then the UCL final. Inter Milan, the biggest game in club football. PSG won 5-0. And while Dembele was electric on the wing, the structure of that performance, the controlled dominance, the relentless field progression came from the middle. Vitinha created the opening goal, assisted again, and recorded the highest pressing triggers of any player on the pitch. He was simultaneously the architect and the guardian. And then Tottenham, a Champions League group stage game that somehow became one of the individual performances of the season. 5-3, a hat-trick. In a chaotic end-to-end game where every other midfielder was struggling to impose any order, Vitinha scored 3 and controlled the phases in between. He showed something that night that charts cannot fully capture. The ability to exist simultaneously as the conductor of a performance and its match winner. That is not a profile that existed before. That is something new. What separates him? We've established the numbers, but I want to name the 3 things that make Vitinha genuinely different from the elite group around him. First, Vitinha controls games without controlling the ball. Most possession midfielders need the ball to be relevant. Vitinha shapes where the ball goes even when he doesn't have it. His positioning eliminates options for the opposition before a press even starts. He is relevant in phases where he's only touched the ball twice. That is an intelligence that doesn't show in a stat sheet, like in PSG's 5-4 first leg win over Bayern Munich, where his subtle movement in midfield dragged Bayern's shape just enough to open the interior channel that led to second goal. He never needed the final touch to dictate the outcome of the sequence. Second, he scales to the occasion. Most midfielders have a ceiling. Their best performance at club level is their best performance, full stop. What's extraordinary about Vitinha's 2024-25 season is that his biggest performances came on the biggest nights, against Arsenal in UCL semi-final, against Inter Milan in the final, the Club World Cup silver ball. He didn't shrink, he grew. That is the rarest quality in football.